Was big, David was small. Was David frightened? No, not at all. He swung just one stone, and the giant fell flat. God can help me to have courage like that.
Papers.
This morning we're going to focus on the story of David and Goliath.
Oh, good. That is one of my favorite Bible stories, the story of a shepherd boy and, well, a giant.
A giant? Well, I guess I mean he was really, really tall, right?
He was, but that's not the giant we're going to talk about.
Wait, is there another one?
Oh, she means the real giant in the story was David's God. He was bigger and way more powerful than Goliath.
Hear these words from 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 45 and 47. David said to the Philistine, "You come to me using sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord, the God of all the armies of Israel. You have said bad things about him. All the people gathered here will know that the Lord doesn't need swords or spears to save people."
Close your eyes and imagine the tallest building. So tall it looks like it will touch the clouds as it goes up to the sky. The buildings are like a giant compared to the houses, cars, and people on the streets.
In the biblical story of in the Bible, David stood up to a real live giant named Goliath. Goliath had armor and was a soldier. David, on the other hand, was just a shepherd. While Goliath was out fighting an army, David was in the field making music and taking care of sheep.
People laughed when David agreed to fight Goliath. He even said he without any armor, no sword, no helmet, no shield.
That's right, he took only a stone and a sling. He had no experience fighting in an army, but he was in the Lord's army, and the Lord's army is all-powerful.
King Saul is the leader of the Israelites in the biblical story of David and Goliath. When David agrees to fight Goliath, Saul tries to tell him he's too small and has no training in battle. However, because nobody else will fight Goliath, Saul sends David.
We will now share the story from 1 Samuel chapter 17.
There was an Israelite man named Jesse who had 8 sons. David was the youngest. David was a shepherd boy who cared for his father's sheep. He worked in the fields all day and loved singing and making music. Some of David's brothers were off to battle for Israel. David's father wanted to make sure his brothers were okay, so he sent David to take them food and check on them. David left the sheep field and went to the camp where the battle was.
Men of Israel, the Philistines have a great big army. We must go to battle and defend ourselves.
The Philistines had a champion in their camp. His name was Goliath. He was over 9 feet tall. He had a big spear and shield and all sorts of armor. He was greatly protected from head to toe. Well, almost.
Choose yourselves a champion and send him to fight me.
What is the reward for winning?
If he wins, then we will serve you. But if I win, then you will serve us.
David was acting very brave and courageous, and that news reached the king. So Saul sent for David.
Don't be afraid because of that man. I am your servant, and I will go and fight him. What, are you crazy? Fight a giant? You can't fight that giant. You're only a kid. I work as a shepherd for my father. Whenever a lion or a bear comes to attack a lamb, I have killed it. As your servant, I will defeat this Philistine too. I hate that he was installed the armors of the living God, the Almighty Lord, who saved me from the paw of the lion and the paw of this bear, will save me from the hand of this Philistine. Go then. May the Lord be with you.
Saul outfitted David in the king's own armor, but David had never worn armor and did not like it.
I'm not wearing those things. How could I attack an enemy when I can't even walk?
So David did not use Saul's armor, but would fight the Philistine just like he had always fought bears and lions. Then David took his staff in his hand and went to the stream to choose 5 smooth stones. He got his sling ready as he approached the Philistine. Goliath came closer to David, and when he saw that David was so young, he made fun of David.
Ha ha ha, am I a dog that you come to beat me with a stick? Come here and I will feed you to the birds of the air and the wild animals of the fields.
You come to me wearing armor, but I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty, whom you have challenged. Today the whole world will know the God of Israel.
The Philistine moved closer to attack, and David ran toward the battle line to meet him. David took a stone and slung it. The stone struck Goliath on the forehead, and Goliath fell to the ground. Yes, David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone, without a sword in his hand, but with the courage of the Lord. He had won the battle. can take anything we have and make it mighty.
God gives us courage when we are scared.
God shows us what to do when we don't know what to do.
God can take a shepherd boy and help him conquer a giant.
When we love God and have a giant problem, we can remember that we have a giant God who is bigger than anything in this world.
David didn't have a giant problem because
David had a giant God.